Welcome
Welcome
to Shadeinthecity. I'm Treese.
It's Nose.
And we are jumping into our review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. We are on episode 8, y'all. It's getting juicy. It's getting juicy. So please make sure as you're coming in that you hit that like button.
And that subscribe button.
And let's get into it, y'all. Let's get shady. We jump right back into the fight between Stormy and Destiny, the confrontation, I should say. Nobody actually laid hands on each other yet.
We found out because of security.
Well, yeah, because they got good security. This is no Love and Hip Hop here. So Stormy, Destiny and Stormy lets her know that you ain't got, look, Stormy said, you ain't got enough to play with me, ho. Okay, she didn't say ho. I'm just adding it in because Destiny is pulled out the room by Tisha and Kimmy. She tries to break away while Stormy sits at the table and is like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Like, you don't want to touch this $1 million bitch. You already in the hole, bitch.
She's like, you don't want this. I will press charges.
You ain't got.
Right. And so Destiny, Melody gets up and goes to address Destiny. And I think maybe just to check on her, make sure she, but she reminds Destiny that you and Stormy really don't have any beef. Mm-hmm. So why are y'all doing all this? Like, what is up with that? I definitely think Destiny was triggered. I think that her seeing Mel with someone else, as her like ride or die. Mm-hmm. I can get it. I'm one of those no new friends.
Treese is definitely one of those.
Yeah, I'm very possessive over my friends. So I can understand where Destiny was coming from. However, I'm also not the same person that was talking shit about my friends. So there's that, right? But Kimmy and Melody both let her know that she came off aggressive. And basically, she tries to let them know that she felt Stormy came at her. She says in the confessional, she felt Stormy just kept poking at her.
By asking a question.
Huh?
By asking a question.
Right, by asking a question.
Because I think all she asked was,
what happened?
Why y'all fell out. Yeah, exactly. What happened?
Right.
And she's just like,
poor Stormy out here being painted to be the victim, but I mean, not the victim, but the villain. But anyway, so Tisha sits down and says, we can't let Stormy drink no more. Because she just, and this, I'm not going to lie to you. If I was Stormy, I would have hopped across the table and you would have seen why I shouldn't have a drink. Because why the fuck would you say that? They ain't got shit to do. That bitch came at me.
Oh, no. Missed it.
Huh?
Missed it. Stormy said, well, she was mocking me. I got an accent and she was mocking me. She's like, oh, I must have missed that.
Right. You missed
how many drinks I had, but you missed hearing her mocking me. And it was quiet
Stormy is like, bitch, I had like all of 1 or 2 drinks because she's not going to crash that gold G-Wagon. Let me tell you that.
I found out
at the end of the scene about Stormy.
I know. I found out at the end of the scene, it was her G-Wagon. I was
right. So basically, as we know, Tisha says she's missed that. And Tiffany actually backed Stormy up and said, no, Destiny was definitely mocking her. And I was like, oh, Tiffany, you finally want to say something down there at the end of the table? Miss Messy ass.
After checking your drink.
Right.
Enough of this shit.
So Stormy lets us know in a confessional, she couldn't understand why Destiny was making fun of her because of her point of view. They never had a problem. So she was kind of caught off guard by the whole thing. So Kimmy is in the midst of like comforting Destiny. She basically lets her know that in the past, she probably would have been the same girl, but she has too much to lose. She has too much just that, she's fighting for it. And this is not worth it, especially not Stormy, because Stormy is not your real beef. You know what I'm saying? So Kimmy's listening to her, and she actually kind of like laughs and jokes with her and is able to make her smile, and she appreciates it. And we see Destiny in a confessional talking about how I feel like the only reason Kimmy was able to calm me down was because I feel like she's been through this before, maybe in her younger years, and she probably saw herself in my position. But I was like, y'all really not that far off age. Don't do that, boo-boo. So I'm just saying, don't be making Kimmy sound like she because she not okay. She's not.
She's not.
So I mean, she might have done it in her younger years because she had more class about herself, and by the time she hit her 30s, she realized that was inappropriate. But y'all damn near the same age, boo. Tisha is sitting down and she's discussing with Stormy and Melody, and she's like, I don't even know what the beef is. Like, I never had no problem with Melody. And, and Melody's like, well, Tisha, you said on the reunion that I wasn't a good friend. And that made me feel some type of way.
No, I was like, is she doing her Melody? Because it really come out when you go, Marcel, how?
Oh, and by the way, she is Melody Cherie. She ain't Melody Hope no more. So, yes, Melody Cherie. Okay.
Is that her maiden name?
Her middle name.
Or her middle name. Mm-hmm. What's your damn last name? Stop playing games with us.
Anyway, so she's like, no, Tisha, the beef is when you went on this stage and you said that I wasn't a good friend. And in reference to Destiny, it won't even about you.
Tisha was like, no, I didn't say that. And then look, and she got quiet real quick. Like, damn, maybe I did say that shit.
Right. And so this is what made me mad in this particular scene. So then Destiny and Kimmy are walking back in after she's calmed down. And then Mel says, I think everyone here knows the reason why your husband keeps coming up in conversation is because he keeps popping up on the internet. The same way Marcel popping up because everything was very public and you all talked about it. Now, y'all know.
For 3 seasons straight.
For 3 seasons straight. So then y'all know Tisha.
Now you want to get mad at me because I want to talk about your husband. That's very public.
So Tisha says every time that they, that her and Marsau went live, it's been because Melody has said something against them too, and they feel they need to defend themselves. She talks about how in the beginning of the show, Mel sent them a text and asked them not to talk about Marcel's infidelities. But however, this was a reality show. It came out and she tells Melody, own your shit.
About Melody knowing that Marcel was cheating.
She said, but we all knew Marcel was cheating on you.
And she was like, how you know that? She was like, because you told. And apparently,
Mel said she never said that. And then this is where it went left. Tisha takes a dig at Mel and says, you knew he was cheating on you and you still had that baby. Referring to Sugar Mama. That's what you don't do. And that's why Mel lost her. She explained it later on in like a live. A couple days later, because she was like, y'all about to see this episode. And then she was like, I just want to give y'all background on what y'all gonna see.
She's talking about the last baby.
Yeah.
That in prior seasons.
Yeah, but Tisha was basically like, he was cheating on you when you still had that baby. What the fuck that mean? And she said, so that was my husband. Wow, you still with your husband and he's still out here cheating on you. I said, oh, it's getting real. I was catching the Holy Ghost during these scenes.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Melody was actually pregnant when she like found out like the thick of it.
Like, right, really the thick of it, but how bad it was. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I know that they're maybe some anti-male fans. And let's just say we're not non-biased, okay? Or we are.
I'm pretty biased.
Okay. We do like Mel. We do. We're going to admit it to you. We like her. But when motherfuckers have a point, people have a point. And one thing I'm going to point out, she didn't know that man was cheating. Now, that is her marriage. That is her business for her to stay with her husband. But Tisha, I do believe, knows. I think that she knows and they have an arrangement or an understanding. But I believe Tisha fully knows that her husband is cheating on her. I'm sorry.
What bothers me is that when people bring up that she knew her husband was cheating, they make it seem like she was okay with it.
Right, like she
knew that her husband was cheating, right? She knew. And according to Marcel, he stopped. He left the girl alone. She didn't know that it was ongoing, but she knew that he did cheat.
Right.
Okay. And as a woman with how many kids she had at the time? 3 or 4?
At that time, she had 3.
Okay, 3. And y'all been married for this long. She wanted to try and make it work with her husband.
And nobody
found out the whole time that he had been with this woman this entire time. So it wasn't like she was okay with it. They got an arrangement and she's like, yeah, you can go fuck that girl and come back home and fuck me. She was trying to work on her marriage, and we found out that there was no working on shit. Marcel was going to do what the fuck he wanted to do.
I will say, although I do love Miss Mel, and I love how she goes in her phone and looks for the receipts, she wasn't finding them. She wasn't finding. She was looking for a real long time, y'all. And I guess she finally gave up and said, fuck it, I'm walking out. And let me tell you, that's what Twitter thought too. They was like, Mel got a lot of mouth until she couldn't find her receipts. I told y'all, we love Mel, but we ain't biased over here. We'll call shit when it's there. And that's the one time my girl didn't have her receipt pack in the little bag.
She'll probably have it at the reunion.
Right.
She just couldn't find it at the time.
She just couldn't find it. So Mel walks out. Mel walks out with Stormy after jumping up on Tisha. And it was what it was. And
they hop in that gold G-Wagon.
And ride out in the gold G-Wagon. But it also adds to the narrative of what we're going to see more this episode of this whole Marsau being a hoe.
Right. So Maurice, good job. He brings Kimmy a whole little birthday breakfast spread. And I just think it was super sweet. It looks really nice. And he says he has a lot planned for her birthday. And she says she needs it. After that Galentine she had, she needs it. And he's basically like, what the fuck?
So what happened?
The Galentines. Like, what the fuck? So
I know how these men acting like they don't like drama. Only because my man is like that too. He be like, I don't like drama, but then be the first one, give me the tea. So what happened, babe?
No, it really got me to see really Maurice really do be in drama. Like, hold up, we gonna get to it. So she's telling him about what happened and how Stormy was asking Destiny like what went wrong, and Destiny's just like, well, ask Mel, and it just kind of went downhill. It just kind of went downhill from there. And then Maurice, Kimmy, she tells him about the housewarming, and Maurice asks, "Is Mel coming?" And she's like, I mentioned it to her, but she hasn't, committed just yet. So he's like, "Okay, so, did you invite Marcel?" And she's like, "No." Like basically, she don't plan to.
He has too much drama with him and too many things, nonsense that comes with him.
Surrounding him.
Right.
The motherfucker want to pick up him.
He really did pick up the phone.
Now that, to me, that was drama. I said, oh, now Kimmy ain't give a fuck. Kimmy's just like, okay.
I said, you know what? In this moment, I don't know what Kimmy's sign is. I don't know when that was filmed, but Kimmy, she stood in her shit. She was like, no, call him. I said what I said. Call him.
But when he did that, I said, oh, this nigga wants the drama.
You want that smoke.
Homie, let me tell you. So my wife, basically, she's having a housewarming party for her son, and you ain't invited. Tell him why, boo. The fuck type shit is that?
Yeah, that's basically what it was.
But
what he actually said, he said that Melody is not coming, and I didn't understand why you couldn't come. So Kimmy gets Melody. It lets him know that you have a lot of shit with you and a lot of shit that you bring. And he's like, me. And he's like, well, what about you talking about me? But what about Mel? And
everybody got an issue with Mel. Mel is the reason why these people don't get along. Mel don't get along with this person and da 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 da. And everything surrounding Mel. So it's all Mel. Mel ain't on the internet though. Mel ain't commenting on pictures with my husband in it. Okay. Then the phone started breaking up. Okay. And Marcel looked like he had an attitude. He looked like maybe he was saying some shit ready to, flip the fuck out. But we couldn't hear him. So,
probably shouldn't have been invited no damn way.
And then after that, the phone, Maurice go right back to the birthday festivities like ain't nothing happened. He's like, oh, wait, hold on. Let me show you what else I got planned. I'm like, you just in here, found out the tea. You want to get back to the birthday shit? But he did make it up because he came back with some suitcases talking about I got us tickets to go to Miami.
And the suitcase is packed and ready to go. I said, that's my type of man. That's my type of man.
You know what? I still wouldn't trust it. I would still have to go through.
Go through your bag?
Yeah, because you probably got me some grandmama shit. We're going to Miami. You probably packed me all types of fucking dresses down to my ankles and shit. Nah, homie, I'm going through my shit. I need to know what the fuck you got me. Okay, and probably unpack no drawers because that's what you want. Hell no. But Kimmy is excited, of course, because we know she likes.
She's now in her trip taking mode. She's living her best life. Her child is grown.
She is super excited.
So we see Marcel outside of Black waiting on Miss Wanda. Now Marcel gets on her about being late when she pulls up, and the fact that she parked on the wrong side of the parking lot and parked the way that she did. Now, he says that she really doesn't have the proper attire to work in the kitchen.
And who she had on?
Right. She had on her jazzy shoes. She says, well, she told Tisha that she would be working with him, but she doesn't feel comfortable working in the kitchen, and she was here to learn the business side of things. So, and she basically said, I ain't finna wash no dishes. That's how you'll know they come. She said, I ain't finna, F-I-N-N-A, finna wash no dishes. I said, okay.
And my thing is, I understand I'm supposed to be shadowing you, but sir, you the owner. Do you wash dishes?
Right.
Let me shadow you. You show me how to do it.
Right. So I get what my Miss Wanda was coming from. You're not gonna play with me. So and basically she said
she just got her nails done.
Right. So now that he done pissed her off, put a little fire up under her ass. She couldn't wait. She brings out the subject of the picture. She said, but where Marsau? You know that there's a picture out about you on the internet, and is that your back?
Your big ass back. She said, I think it is his big ass back.
And so I'm not gonna lie, I love what Marcel says. I don't know.
I haven't seen my back.
You smart motherfucker. if that ain't, you know what's so fucked up? Here's the difference between Ralph and Marcel. Marcel will make you laugh behind his bullshit excuses.
He's like, I haven't taken a picture of my back. I don't know what my back looks like.
Right.
He's picking fun of her.
Right. But he would make you feel stupid, whereas Ralph will like really make you feel stupid, but in a like really fucked up, toxic, misogynistic way.
Or make you feel like, why am I listening to this dumb shit? I feel like I'm
because you're
dumber by listening to it.
So
And Miss Wanda basically is like,
she knew it
no,
was
were you
Marcel because
there?
his ass is cheap. And that looked like a motel. I said, woo! Mama Wanda's
Bed for
coming
bed bugs.
fire.
She was like, your bed for bed bugs, because I know your cheap ass goes to
So basically, Miss Wanda says, well, were you in Atlanta? And I believe she said January 4th. And he does say that he was there.
With a friend.
He's like, so you answer too quickly for me.
Well, she said
so that lets me know when you usually people that lie take a little bit of time to lie. But the fact that you answer so quickly, that says a lot about you.
Yeah, she was like, oh, you answer honestly when it's quick. Like you answer quickly when it's honest.
Right.
You lie and it take you forever to answer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He even be quick when he lying because.
And then he lets us know that he was with a friend in Atlanta. And so she said, so a friend took a picture of you in the bed. What time was that?
What he said was Tisha knew.
And that's all he needed to say. That's all he needed to say. Unfortunately,
no. What got me was Marcel ends it by telling her, what you will never do is never, ever, ever find a receipt for a single thing. I said, but bitch, you won't ever have no proof. I said, well, goddamn.
That's what's so fucked up. It was never no. It was
never answers. He never answers. He'll be like, oh, haven't I shown myself enough for you to trust me? Or don't you know my character? He never gives an answer.
You know what drives me crazy about that? Because I feel like if they ever get hardcore receipts, he's gonna come back and say, I never lied.
I never said no. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Manipulator.
Whew, that Marsau boy, that Marsau. So Mel goes to check on Stormy, see how she's doing after the Galentine's event. She said that she's had to take medicine,
twice. She had to take medicine twice because she had a headache after that shit.
Right. And basically, it's all because of the drama. She said that she feels like they went in with good intentions, but their intentions were met with negative attitudes. Stormy asked her if that's the norm, especially with Tisha. And Mel lets her know that she feels like Tisha is dealing with some underlying issues and directing her anger at the wrong person. I said, well, that ain't some shade. I don't know what it is. Just saying. She brings out the point about how she attacks her for having sugar mama, even though she knew Marcel was cheating, versus addressing the fact that the numerous rumors that are out about her husband cheating on her. Well.
Those rumors are always out. Every season, every year.
And I guess that's why Tisha feels like this has been 4 years. Y'all been doing this to us. Like,
no, because you didn't address it the first year that it came out.
Or the second. Or when he wouldn't marry you on the third.
Or wouldn't even get up and say a speech.
Or that he acknowledged that he loved you.
So then they go through the rundown of what happened. And Mel does not understand why it went so left. She's like, y'all ain't even really got no beef. And Stormy basically says, I feel super disrespected. I don't let nobody disrespect me like that. You making fun of my accent, you mocking me, and then you getting up, taking your shoes off. She's like, what, you gonna hit
me? Let me tell you something. Stormy, I believe, is that one.
No,
don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's something I would pay to see. A boxing match.
I don't even think Stormy would. You know what? The way she said it was given very much Tiffany Haddish. This what money look like.
Right.
Okay, bitch. This what money look like. Okay.
She mess up this pretty hair, this pretty face.
Bitch, you'll be back. You'll be back on public assistance fucking with me, okay?
Woo! Woo! Shots fired.
But basically, you know, she just feels like Destiny was super aggressive. And she asked her, like, is this normal? Like, is she always aggressive? And Mel was like, she says that Destiny called her that night. I'm surprised she ain't blocked, but Destiny called her and, you know, wanted to talk. And she tells her that, you know, she thinks that they all need to have a sit down about what happened because there's really no true beef. And I guess Stormy agreed because she's like, you know, we got to bring security. So Tisha meets Miss Wanda at a food truck. I don't know if she was there to get like business advice. I don't know what she was.
It was like a food truck junction. Like it was several there.
Okay, I had only seen the one.
No, it was several there.
No, after Miss Wanda's interaction with Marcel, you know, she had to pick up the phone and call Tisha. Mm-hmm. Okay, and tell her to come.
That's just what she do.
Come meet her. And, you know, first she wanted to talk about Marcel, trying to get her to do dishes. And it sounded like Tisha was actually on board with it. She was like, I mean, you were there to shadow. You were there to shadow him. And she's like, okay, well, maybe I misunderstood the assignment. But you know you didn't. You
and I'm with you because I don't think Marcel was washing no dishes, honestly.
That's not, I would have been like, well, yeah, I'm shadowing. Show me what you do.
You do. Right.
Exactly. So she says that she thinks that Marcel was acting strange because of the pictures that's going around. Have you seen the picture? Tisha know goddamn well she saw the picture.
She said, no, I ain't been on the internet in months. And I told her,
ma'am, that ain't what I asked you. What I asked you was, did you see the picture? You ain't got to go on the internet to see the picture. Okay, because look, I'm about to show you right now. Tisha like, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no
right.
Evil. She don't want to know a motherfucking thing.
So then, go ahead.
So Miss Wanda, of course, she bring out the picture. She pulled out the picture. And she was
is that his back?
No. She said, is that a picture of somebody's back? She said, oh, you don't think that's Marcel's back?
It looked like Marcel's back.
Oh, you know, this just saddens me that all of y'all want to break up our relationship and
my family.
And you know, her mama said, are you just like so love struck that like you just don't want to know? You just not naive. And Miss Wanda basically says, look, I'm tired of getting put on the back burner with this shit. And she says, well, he's tired. That's not what you're there for. Like he's tired of hearing all these stories that's on social media and you know what her mama told her?
What'd she tell him?
When the truth come out, I'm gonna go in on his ass. Yeah.
And we know when Mama.
And we know she will. But she said when the truth comes out. Miss Wanda does not doubt at all that shit is the truth and that is him.
That's his back. That look like his
back. His back.
That's his back. Tiffany and Lewis meet up with Marcel at the wine bar. She talks briefly about her trip to Utah and, you know, how her and Mel are getting ready to go. Everything's all set. And, you know, Lewis wishes her the best. And she lets us know that the North Star would be able to locate her father and be able to meet him. So Marcel comes in looking, I'm not going to lie to y'all, he was looking very dapper. I know we're not supposed to like Marcel, but he looked good.
He does. He cleaned up well.
He was looking like a good chocolate Snickers. Jesus.
I used to think he was fine before I knew he was a nasty little hoe.
Oh, before he was a hoe. Okay. Well, they ask about the book signing and how the kids felt not being there. And he says Mariah was disappointed. Tiffany brings up that she did speak to Mel and that learned that she had a death in the family and that's why they weren't there. And Marcel says he just wished that would have been communicated to him. Now, and this is why I say, y'all, please do not judge us. Because I'm gonna pull cards when it's time to pull cards. And I'm gonna say, I felt differently hours ago. I did. I felt like Mel just wanted to protect her energy. But after rewatching it, because I've watched it like twice, 3 times now, I don't think, like he said, you could have sent me an email. He said I would have had no issues. And I don't know if that's just Marcel gaslighting us, the audience, but he said he wouldn't have had no issues if she would have just communicated. And I do feel like you could have at least replied to his email and just said, hey, got a definite.
Because he's owed that
and it's my weekend and I'm taking
because
the family.
Because he's owed that respect?
Not that he's owed that, no.
Why do I need to communicate to you what I'm doing?
Because he gives her that respect from what he says.
Thank you. As you should. You know why? Because I deserve it. Every time I talk to you, we get in an argument.
No, and that's why I said I felt differently hours later, because I was like, Mel is just trying to protect her peace, because every time she has to interact with Marcel, it becomes something that it's not supposed to be.
Headache. And that's why she didn't want to interact. And that's why she didn't want to say what she was doing or who passed away or what she was doing on her weekend with her kids. It's none of your business. I don't need to communicate with you. You don't even need to reach out to me on my weekend. How about that? There would be nothing to communicate with you back for if you didn't even reach out to me on my weekend. We don't discuss shit on my weekend. When it's your weekend and that shit's coming up, I expect to hear from you. Other than that, they're not that far along. They're not that far where they're cool. They're not cool. So no, I don't feel like he deserves that respect. What I'm doing on my weekend is none of your concern. And 9 times out of 10, you knew the family member that passed away. If I don't even give a fuck to tell you who the fuck passed away, I damn sure don't give a fuck to tell you what I'm doing on my weekend with my kids. So no, no, you don't deserve it.
Well, that is Chanel's take on the situation. That's why I told y'all it ain't no bias. I mean, well, it is a bias on one side, but I'm biased. I can, let me tell you something. I can always play devil's advocate. I can always try, even though I may not agree, but I always try to see, and she will tell you that I will always try to see things from another person's point of view.
And I'll listen to her playing devil's advocate. And if I don't agree, and I still
tell me she doesn't agree.
Stuck in my head.
You are funny. So Tiffany brings up the Galentine's Day and how the event went to complete shit. Marcel asked if there were, basically if there were punches thrown, and he says that basically, and she's like, nah, that didn't happen, but it could make, if security wasn't there, it very may well have. So he says Mel, after telling Stormy stuff behind the scenes, basically is her do girl, just like she made all her other friends her do girl. And the minute you disagree with her,
he even says that he warned Destiny.
So he lets them know he's having a wine tasting in Atlanta in a couple of weeks, and that, only the guys will be going. So Tiffany asks, who exactly are the guys? And he says, Marsau and Maurice. And she's like, oh, so Marsau, Tisha's letting him out the house again at the last Atlanta trip. And he's like, yeah, Marsau can go. He can move on his own. He a grown ass man.
He about to be in trouble.
And Tiffany says, well, we all know who runs that house anyway. And he's like, who? And she said, Marsau. And he's like, well, what's wrong with a man leading his house? Same shit was wrong with you leading yours.
I don't really know if he was the leader of his household. I don't know about that one.
Well, yeah, because Mel was leading that with all her licenses and stuff, but he was pretending to lead. So then we see Tisha pull up outside of Black to talk to Marsau. And you know what? This wasn't even that, right. It wasn't even that serious of a scene. It was just that they played through a montage of just all of their gaslighting,
conversation,
him not saying no, never denying, but talking around the issue, and things that Melody has told her in the past. And basically, I'm gonna wait for you to find out because you ain't gonna listen to me no way. And yeah, no, Marcel comes out to the car and she's like, oh, I'm gonna need you to get in. And he's like, oh, this is gonna be a long conversation. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And they end scene.
Don't come for me.
Thank you guys.
Yes, thank you
for tuning in to another review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Oh, it was a lot. It was a lot.
And watching us talk shit, my biased ways.
Right, because we learned now. I didn't even know she was biased like that. I thought she could be objective. That bitch said I ain't objective at all.
I can be.
But not in this situation. No. She's clearly team male. Thank you guys. Please make sure that you like,
you comment,
subscribe,
and hit the notification bell.
And we will catch you next week for another review. Y'all, it ain't that many episodes left, but we will catch y'all for another review of Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Hey!